I don't know.
And there we are.
Type that in all caps.
I think we are all set to go. I might be missing my camera, though.
Oh no!
Oh no! Let's find it!
Oh no!
That's not the camera! Get rid of that face. We already have that face. There's my face!
There it is. He found
I
it.
found it. This is beautiful. Hi, everybody.
Oh my god!
Hi.
Welcome to the welcome to the stream. Anyways, this is as you can tell, a beautiful game of Mouse Guard. And as I get these cameras all set up, let me tell you exactly what we'll be doing tonight. Gosh darn it, we are jumping back into the Eastern Marches, which is our lovely Mouse Guard Western Marches take on this lovely game where these players that you see ahead of you are going to be playing wonderful, amazing, fantastic, most endeavorous mice. And not just any mice, they are tiny mice, the tiniest mice, and some of them might even be called Vincent Cross, whose camera I can't find. And some of them might be Pepperjack, who is the mouse that Vincent Cross is playing as, who I also cannot find.
Oh no!
Oh, I found you and then I deleted you!
Oh
back
my
here.
god!
I found you! There we go, I got you.
Yes.
You cannot escape.
Oh my god!
You cannot escape. Why don't we just, like, do the stream like this 24/7? I think it's fun.
Yeah, that works.
It's a really good relaxant for me before I get into character. Anyways. Hi, I hope everyone is doing fine tonight. And we have a few players returning this time, and we also have one new one. One who is going to be going on quite the adventure. So, we will zoom in on the game in just a moment. First, let's just go ahead and say, hey, we have a giveaway going on. We're giving away this lovely game of One Night Werewolf. I need to actually play this game on stream sometime with you guys because I really like how rapid fire it is. And it's sort of, the reason I'm giving it away is because I love you guys. But also because it's sort of this, I really like deception games. I really like games where you hold your secrets close to your heart and then you backstab anyone who dares to try to nail down what's going on. But anyways, go ahead, get that giveaway link. Let me pop it in there. Blah! Click that. It's just a retweet, and then you can get extra entries with the follow and everything like that. It's ending this month! So, that's the giveaway. I hope you guys join, and I hope you enjoy everything that happens on this channel. Speaking of which, let's actually join this game on this channel. So, what we will do is we're going to zoom in on one particular mouse in the Mouse Guard. Now, if you don't know, Mouse Guard is a game based on a comic book by David Peterson, and it takes place in this wonderful, wacky world. No, not wacky. Oh my god. This wonderful, lush world where mice have sort of gotten tired of being prey in this world. They've gotten tired of having to survive on bare minimum, having the inability to actually live happily and with pride and, you know, honor and respect for themselves. And over time, these mice built up and fortified and studied, and they became this force in this little territory called the Mouse Guard. And the Mouse Guard decided, we're going to be a force of good in this land that we've claimed, that we've driven the predators out. And we're going to defend it, we're going to protect the mice who live here so that all mice may prosper. And so it's a little confederacy of different settlements and towns all united in this one cause of ensuring that predators don't rise up and just wipe them out all over again, and helping each other survive the sometimes cataclysmic seasons that ravage this little country here. And keep in mind, these mice are this big. They're very tiny, but with their big hearts. And speaking of big hearts, I hope you have one. Amberwind. What is it? Amberwind Greythorn?
Yes.
Because you're gonna have to keep yourself company for a long trek. Lockhaven is the place in which the Mouse Guard reside, and your character Amberwind has been staying there, performing minor duties in this homestead, and suddenly you get a missive from the matriarch, and unfortunately she herself cannot meet with you because she's very busy trying to get other duties attended to. But you are being sent east, and you're being sent east by yourself, which is a bit of a harrowing journey, but you do know that some guards mice are given these sensitive missions. And you yourself have recently been praised for... what do you think some of your highest skills are? I think it was Fighter was one.
Let's see. Fighter was 4, Scout was 3, Pathfinder 3.
Lovely. So, Gwendolyn thinks that your diverse set of skills is needed in the outpost of Tapper's Point. And by now, you would understand that Tapper's Point has become sort of a local rumor around Lockhaven. People talk about it sometimes in this half-baked idea sense, in like, oh, Tapper's Point, oh, please. That place is... they're just throwing mice to die beyond the scent border. And others are hopeful. They're interested in seeing what sort of settlement Tapper's Point will turn into. And you understand, because, I'm dumping lore on you, the territories are bordered with this line of chemicals made in Spruce Tuck, and they are very potent. They keep away some of the worst predators in the territories. And Tapper's Point is the attempt to expand beyond the scent border, to sort of expand the borders of the mouse territories to encompass a larger area, and not only do that, but also gather what wild mice they can who will join this settlement and hopefully make it stronger. What do you think your character thinks about Tapper's Point? What is their belief, by chance?
Well, everyone for the largest part wants to be able to see the mouse domain be able to expand and be able to see the comforts and capabilities of the mice be able to broaden their horizons, be able to see the sun beyond just what is already known.
It's true. Long ago, mice did not have these comforts and luxuries that you do. They had 0 amenities, and it was a very harrowing life. Mice did not have long lives.
A lot of threats in that time period.
Oh, yes. And you're walking straight towards them. As you march across the territories, you reach a town known as Wolf Point. And Wolf Point has been... it used to be the farthest town east. It was the last stop before the scent border, and the mice there were very brash, crass, and just no patience. You pass through because you are on a mission. You are to report to Guard Captain Arabelle inside Tapper's Point, and I'm gonna say, go ahead and give me a Pathfinder check to get from Wolf Point to Tapper's Point. And just tell me how many dice you have in Pathfinder.
I have a 3 set for Pathfinder.
Okay, now what are your traits?
My my traits are determined, fearless, and nimble.
My goodness. So it sounds like all of those traits could be used to sort of describe how Grey Amberwind actually steps past the scent border. Is he nimble? Does he do it, trying to keep out of sight? Is he fearless? Does he stride past it, just no shit's given? Or is it more of a determined stride, or sort of like a noble, like I wear the cloak of the Mouse Guard, I got this?
Well, I imagine that he would probably end up going with nimble, especially since his instinct says constantly keeping an eye, ear, or nose aware of the surroundings in the off chance that something is out of place.
That's good play on your instinct. Well done. Let's say you can use that nimble trait to help you. So go ahead and add +1. That means it'll be 4 dice that you'll be rolling. Now, in Mouse Guard, we roll 6-sided dice.
Yes.
And 4, 5s, and 6s are successes, and usually you have to meet an obstacle. You have to get a certain number to pass. I think what I'll do, since this is sort of like a short journey, this is going to be an obstacle 3.
Alrighty.
And we'll see what happens. Okay, so you got 2 successes. So as you're traveling along, you finally get past the scent border. And... Whoa! Hey, Parker77, thanks for following, buddy. We appreciate it. And I see all my favorite people in the chat. I'm so proud. And as you are marching along the scent border, or past it rather, the stench hits you immediately, and it sort of makes you run a little faster, sort of making you more nimble to sort of get out of this wall of. I like to. It smells like the Green Apple Jolly Rancher, but like if someone like tossed them in a bag full of like broken rotten eggs. It's just terrible. And it's just burning your eyes as you sort of rush past, and you're like, oh. And the next few hours of trekking through the wild country it's a stressful one because the trees are so tightly packed together. Technician, thank you for the follow. You also come upon a group of mice. There are 3 of them, 2 black furs, and you also see that there's another one who is all of them are sort of armed in one way or another. They aren't wearing guard cloaks, so you know they are not guards mice. But there are 2 black furs and 1 gray fur. And as they sort of they seem to be walking along the same road that you are. The ground of this area has sort of been like covered in pine needles, but there's a road that seems to be upkept. Like there's enough traffic so that there's a clear path through the pine needles. And you see these 3 mice. They're big, all 3 of them, much bigger than any mice you've seen in the territories. Oh, Heart 75, thanks for following. Oh, and you see them turn towards you, and they don't seem hostile, but one of them sort of gives a chuckle and like sort of punches the other on the shoulder, and he says, "Look, another guard mice going to duty at Tapper's Point." And he calls out to you and says, "Hey, you're going to Tapper's Point, aren't you?"
I am heading towards the scent border in order to investigate to make sure that everything is all right.
He sort of like punches the other guy and says, "Well, come on. You might as well give us directions. We're mice in need."
Where are you headed?
Tapper's Point.
Well, if you head up this way, then that would lead you in the most direct path towards Tapper's Point.
He knows his stuff. And they all sort of laugh to each other, and they move forward, moving along the same road that you are. I'm going to say go ahead and give me one more roll with your... They're technically giving you like a +1 to your Pathfinder check, and this is sort of how Helping Dice works. Sometimes circumstances, gear, or other mice helping you can give you a +1 to your roll. So go ahead and just roll one more dice for me, and we'll see if you're able to pass this Pathfinder. If not...
Alrighty. 1d6?
Yup. So close. So when you fail, unfortunately you did. I needed 3 successes and you only got 2. Something happens. I can do one of 2 things. I can either give you a condition, which is the hungry, thirsty, tired, angry, injured, and sick. And those last with you until you recover from them. Or I could add a twist. A twist is when you might succeed at the roll, but something goes wrong, or something complicates the issue at hand. And that is what I think is going to happen. You're going to arrive at Tapper's Point just fine, but there is going to be a complication there. And now, I would like you to sort of describe your mouse to me. What sort of mouse is Amber Wind Greythorn? Their fur color, their cloak color, what weapons they might have.
Amberwind is a rather slender, amber-colored mouse with an emerald cloak that has pockets and pouches in it. And he is mostly equipped with bow and quiver.
Oh?
Because most of his engagements end up being preferred to be slightly more at range than getting right up into the face of something.
Have you been in much combat, do you think, as a guard mouse?
Probably a little bit, especially considering that's one of his primary traits.
Mm-hmm. So as you walk into the town, you sort of gather that these mice are... They walk in despite the protests of the 2 mice at the front. There's one in a green cloak and another in a yellow cloak, and they sort of just storm past them before they really get a chance to talk to them. And you hear one of them, I say, "What? You can't just barge in here. We got protocol, misters." And he just gazes onward, just hands on his hips. The other mouse just shakes her head at the green cloak and runs in past them. She says, "Please, just get that one! Get that one! Stop him!" And runs inside after these guys. This red fur with the yellow cloak just whirls around, and immediately, his expression just shifts. And he goes, "Well, hey there! Welcome to Tapper's Point! How you doing?"
Hello there. I'm doing quite well. Is there some trouble with those 2 gentlemen?
No. There's rude, wild mice. You know how they get. You're guard mouse, right? And
yes, indeed.
Points at your cloak. Says, "That's great. I'm a guard mouse too. You can you're gonna have to report in to Arabelle. She's what's your name?"
I am Amberwind.
Amberwind, hi, I'm Blaze. Arabelle is way up top. You better talk to her.
Alrighty.
Bye. It's great.
Will you need any assistance getting those 2 that just ran past?
No, Cyprian's got him, I think. And then he just sort of frowns very, very deeply as he just sort of I gotta keep a lookout. You don't know what sort of predators might try to get in here.
That's true. You have no idea what kind of predators might be around.
Yeah, because this is the wild country.
It is. You're a very brave mouse to be taking this position.
Well, thank you. And he sort of just puts his hand on his chest and is just flattered. But he's like, "Oh, you can't stay in here. You gotta go do your duty stuff."
Yes. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome. Take it. Welcome. I hope you enjoyed Tapper's Point. And he just waves.
I'm sure that I will.
And he's just so happy.
I can't with that voice.
Everybody mutes whenever
It's amazing.
Whenever he comes up. So these 3 large mice, you're directed by Blaze to go to the top floor, and Tapper's Point rests inside this immense pine tree. And it's sort of carved into it. You see that they've built a little community courtyard in here. There are lots of mice running around for what looks like an outpost. It seems there's been a lot of guards mice stationed here as well. You also noticed that there was construction happening on the exterior. They seem to have tried to expand into some outer housing of some sort. You're getting some scaffoldings and stairs and stuff all set up. You then notice that as you walk up, there are a few doors here, but number one is it's a loud door, and there is a little sign on it that says Guard Captain Arabelle's office, and this is the mouse that you've been sent to report to. And what do? And then you see, before you get there, these 3 mice walk in.
Just walking straight in?
Yeah, no knocking.
And it's the same 3 from before?
Yes.
Amberwind would make movement to follow, to make sure that everything was all right, because since they were so rude to just run past the gate, he would be kind of concerned that this might lead to some other issue.
Indeed. So you get to the door, and they don't even close it behind them. And you see them sort of like enter and sort of stand at this entryway, and not blocking you, but just sort of like obviously intruding. But you do hear this sort of stone voice of a woman mouse saying, "Ha, you're here. I don't have enough seats, so if you want to sit, you can sit on the floor." And you look behind, or at least through them, and you see 3 other mice, guards mice in here. And now I would like the rest of you to go ahead and describe your characters for me, or rather for Amberwind, and tell him what he sees. Whoever wants to go first. Oh, go!
I go first.
Yay!
Ellie.
Sorry. Did I interrupt you?
No!
I was just so excited. So yeah, Ellie she's 18 years old. She's from Truska, and so she's basically all the neutral colors combined. So she's black, she's brown, she's blonde. She's got all the things happening. Basically all the earthly tones, and then she's got a little bit of blonde in her. But she wears a blue cloak color, and she specializes in survivalist. Her belief is all possibilities should be explored for the good of all. A mouse needs to think with her head and act with her heart in order to succeed.
So noble. We'll get to a reaction on these 3 mice and this other guard's mouse entering after we get everybody else's. Vincent, do you want to go next?
Yes. I'm Pepperjack. I have got gray fur with a white little underbelly. He's got a big old smile on his face. Got like a little wine cloak with like a couple leather straps to where he holds his axe. And he's from Elmos. He's got quite the big smile on his face. His belief is he strives to be the best scout that he can be, so he may always have the edge to protect those whom he travels with. He's a pretty positive mouse, even in the face of danger.
Nice. And finally, there's an older mouse, as I understand it, sitting off to the side. We all know who this is.
My boy Blue.
My boy Blue.
Well, old Blue, sitting on this chair in the corner here. He's you could tell he had a darker fur previously, but it's gone pretty gray all the way through. And he's got kind of a Fu Manchu and a beard going, which is kind of growing down a ways. And he's leaning kind of heavily on this really rickety, old-looking halberd that looks like it's made out of a series of peg legs that have been jerry-rigged together with a blade attached. And he's got a little bit of a beat-up old breastplate on, and he just kind of gives you that look like he's judging you up and down for what you're worth from the very beginning. And he just kind of, after a minute, gives a and kind of tosses his Fu Manchu to the side.
So robust. And there we have it. These mice have all gathered together, and it appears that everyone is at a silence as these three mice enter, and the one of the bigger black-furred mice sort of speaks up and says,
So I heard you Tapper's Point mice needed some help with
he sort of like pauses.
building.
And Guard Captain Arabelle, she by the way is this. She has this. The most striking thing about Guard Captain Arabelle is that she has this snow white cloak, and it is very striking against her like brown fur, and she just keeps this stone gaze flowing between the different parties as they talk. And you also notice, Amberwind, that the table that she's set up has a big map of the Wild Country and some of the west end of the territories. It's sort of you've been in Gwendolyn's office before, but it seems like a less cluttered and hectic office in comparison to Gwendolyn's. And she says, "Well, yes. You're the Mother Twins, aren't you? I thought there were 6 of you." And this black fur sort of crosses his arms and says,
We've run into a couple of problems. 3 should do. Although we're gonna have to send Judder here. He's gonna go back and check on the den. Can't leave that place empty for too long.
and Arabelle sort of shakes her head and says, "No, the agreement that Quincy and you struck was that we would have 6 mice to help us build and expand Tapper's Point. That's what these 3 were going to help you with." And he shakes his head and says,
No, Cutter's missing. We got the other 2 looking for him.
and she goes, "Cutter, I don't know this mouse. Please explain." And this black fur, this broad-shouldered mouse, you dare to call it a mouse, it's more like some haggard, almost rabid-looking, like feral beast in the shape of a mouse. Sort of like all that is restrained in this setting, and he says,
So, the Mother Twins don't like working with territory mice, because you like to think you can tell us what to do. You forget that we have our own lives out here, and we've built it all without your help. So even if you dress fancy, it doesn't make a good impression.
and he sort of chews his tongue as he says,
And listen, Cutter's missing. You know where we went. Only that he went further east into the plain.
"I see. And you are unwilling to work for us unless you have this 6th twin."
And he says, Well, I didn't say we wouldn't work with you. You got 2 hands, at least for most of the day.
And she says, "No, I need this needs to happen before the end of spring. I need more housing, or else Tapper's Point cannot expand enough to." We've been making trade deals with Port Sumac. Wolf Point is already open to us. This is for your benefit. And
He says, Doesn't matter. More territory mice doesn't get my brother back.
And then she finally notices you, Amberwind, and says, "Finally. Amberwind, settle yourself down, and then find this Cutter and bring him back, safe and sound. The rest of you, aid him in this endeavor."
Yes, Guard Captain Arrow. Yes.
I will be done.
"What kind of mouse is this Cutter?" she says, and the head of the Mother Twins sort of rolls his eyes, and he says,
Well, he's the reason that all the animals get along. You know, he has a big bite. But he can make friends. The rest of us don't make friends.
And he sort of leaves the room. And as he does, Guard Captain Arabal says, "Report to Old Bernard and get started. While you're here, I expect you to work." She looks up to the four of you and says, "Any questions?"
Yeah, I guess but it'll probably be for him. Where'd you see him last?
She puts up a finger and says, "Mutter, answer, question, please." And he turns around and he sort of gives you this like assessment, and he's not impressed, but he answers it regardless, saying,
He went to the plains, mainly to work out some sort of quarrel between some rabbits and a weasel, that's all.
This is the last you saw him?
Well, he was pretty loud about it, as I recall.
At this, Ellie kind of like her eyes like go wide when she hears, weasel and rabbit. And like it takes all of her like strength not to like gasp out loud.
He's kind of amused by this reaction. And he sort of looks to everyone else and says, "Gosh, I thought you might be sick of weasels by then. Instead, you're shivering. You really ready to open up the wild country?"
We can handle it.
Just fine so far.
And Guard Captain Arabal says, "Is there anything else?" To the rest of you.
Plains are a dangerous country. If he went out there by himself, who knows what could have gone after him. We better make our way fast.
I agree.
Mutter nods and says,
He's done a lot of work with the animals on land. I'm not gonna say he's got better luck with the things in the sky.
Aye, that open terrain is dangerous with birds and what about.
He knows how to move, though.
Dangerous for everybody.
So, guess you ought to be careful out there.
We will.
sort of gives you a shrug, and he leaves. And you hear old Bernard in the background going, "I've been looking for all of you. We have to get started."
Hi, Bernard.
What? Who's there?
And he sort of like peers in, and you're startled, Amberwind, by this old fur who has this cane and this like bent back, and he just looks in and says,
"Leaving already? You got a lot of work to do up there."
Yeah, but we gotta find a mouse, and then we're gonna do a lot more work.
That's good.
Don't worry.
That's good.
Yeah.
We're up for the challenge.
Well, make sure you get back in one piece and don't fall out of any trees.
You got it,
Don't
sir.
you worry, old timer. I'll get these youngins back, and then we'll get that tree fixed up real good.
And
he
I
sort of-
kind of like giggle.
he sort of holds up a hand to you, Old Blue, and he says,
These kids don't know about predator drills. They don't know how to spot one. They don't know how to hide from one. It's awful. You keep
Would
them
I
Teach
know-
them
along.
like they used to.
Hold on. Would I know since I'm predator-wise?
"You would, yeah."
So I like kind of pipes up. She goes, "Hey, I know stuff. I know stuff about predators."
Mr. Nosy Bonk followed. Thank you. I'm so happy. Oh,
That's like perfect timing. Oh
it's
my god.
perfect timing.
That was great.
And old Bernard sort of like gives you this assessment, like this sort of like this.
I go, well, my
scowl.
specialty is snakes.
See, we do know stuff. We'll be careful, we promise.
You say that, but every time I ring that predator bell, nobody's panicking.
and he's sort of like breathing hard at this point, and he's just like moving away.
Take it easy, Bruno.
Yeah, Ellie goes up to
Get
him.
some water, Bruno.
Yeah, like Ellie goes up to him and she kind of like puts a hand on his shoulder and she goes, "Hey, slow down. I think you're gonna tire yourself out."
He sort of like waves his cane and goes, "I'm fine. I don't need any."
And she kind of like backs away. She's like, "Okay, I'm sorry. I was just."
Can I go over to Amber when I go? So I guess we're helping you out with this. What do you know about it?
I know, sadly, as much as you guys do. The three that were in there, they had ended up coming forward from just beyond Wolf's Point and stormed straight through the gates, coming into Tapper's Point, stormed right into the office. We're not exactly the most polite about.
How rude!
That boy.
And
how rude!
You hear from down below. Well, it's nice seeing y'all. Hope you come back.
Yeah, how could they be so mean to Blaze? I mean, he's the best.
Blaze is awesome.
Right on past him, ignored him like he wasn't even there.
Whoever is mean to Blaze is basically mean to us because he's our friend.
Yes.
Can't teach kids
Yeah.
nothing.
I think you gotta train him a little bit more, Blue.
I think I ought to teach those guys a lesson.
Latin Patchy, thank you for following.
I think, you know,
It might be possible if we find their brothers.
Yeah, they might be a little cranky because their brother's missing. I get it, but
I can see
all right.
that.
Well, we should get moving unless the trail gets colder and colder.
At this point, Miyako kind of like frowns because she's remembering her sister, and since she's separated from her sister now.
Yeah, your sister went on a mission a little while ago.
Yeah, and she's been worried about her like ever since, and like you can tell like on her face that like now like her features kind of darken and she looks kind of downcast now.
She's okay. Don't worry. Pepperjack like pats her on the back.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Oh my god.
All right.
Knowing what happened last session is so sad.
My god.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh.
She's okay. Ah!
So nerve-wracking.
Anyways, let's write down some goals for this session. By the way, to our new fun player, Mouse Guard works in 2 turns. The first turn is the GM's turn. It's basically where you guys have this overarching goal or this assignment from. Usually it would be from the matriarch, but for Eastern Marches, it's going to be from Arabelle, the guard captain. And you get to write down whatever goal that you want to do this session. It can be related to the goal, it can be sort of tied to your belief, it could be even something tied to Tapper's Point that you want to do there. It's totally up in the air, but it should probably be something you think that you can accomplish either in the GM's turn, where it's me telling you what obstacles you face, or in the player's turn, which is in it's the last phase of a session, usually, and it allows you to make one roll, and that one roll can be anything you want.
So
and sort of you guys tell me what happens instead of me.
So out of character, I'm gonna kind of ask both Flora and Fall on this. Would he have had like left any sort of like material behind, like a piece of clothing or like a weapon or anything that like? Because here's my thought. So I'm thinking that Ellie is gonna go to the head scientist, Uranos, and she's going to like present if it's a thing like this to him and see if he can create kind of a scent that they can follow off of it, and try and like find him that way. You know, I know it's kind of a stretch, but
I think you can go to Urianos. While everybody else is writing down your goals, we can sort of do this scene. He's working on some more of this intense scent porter concoction that must have gone wrong, because the moment you walk in, it's just a cloud, and it is awful. And
she's like, "Oh, what have you been doing?"
You see this shape step out of the cloud, sort of seeing who it is, and he's just in this gown with gloves and like this big mouse mask that's sort of like breathing deeply, and he says, "Hello." He sort of waves and says, "I'm working on it."
Like this.
Oh no.
She's
And,
like,
yeah,
do you have some kind of mask or something I can wear?
yeah, I'm doing something new. What's up?
I need a mask before I can talk to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. And he sort of points to the side of the wall where there's like an extra mask available for you.
Okay, so she grabs it and immediately puts it on.
All right, it's much more tolerable now. It's just a little stuck.
And she goes, "What have you been doing?"
I'm working on a new scent border mix. Hopefully something that's gonna last through the winter. You know, I want something that's gonna like pop up out of the snow.
Well, that certainly pops up, but not in the good way. I don't know if the rest of the mice in the town are gonna like that.
Oh, he says, I've got a ventilation system. It's fine.
Okay, but nobody else does.
He sort of points to a window.
Okay, but think about this. It's gonna be out in the open air. The people in Tapper's Point are gonna smell that.
Well,
They can't live their lives like that.
no, but that's why I keep the door closed. And he closes it behind you.
And she just looks at him like, really?
He says, what do you need help with?
So I was thinking, we're looking for this lost mouse, and I was wondering if you could create some sort of set from this piece of, what did I get? Like a cloth?
I'm gonna say they all of them carry like a clump of fur from each twin.
Okay.
Twin.
And she grabs the or like like holds out the clump of fur. She's like, I got this from this missing mouse that we're supposed to be finding, and I was wondering if you could create some kind of set in order for us to, track them down.
Quickly, before you do that, he sort of takes it and like stuffs it into a vial and sort of corks it. And he's like, "This will get contaminated. This is awful." But I mean, yeah. Give him a moment, and I'm just gonna go ahead and roll his scientist and see if he's actually going to be able to concoct something for you. And from there, we'll see if he can. Do you want to help him? Give him helping dice?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Of course. Always.
Two successes. Unfortunately, he's not able to sort of like. He sort of destroys the majority of the fur as he tries to heat it up so that the scent sort of boils and mixes, but it just makes like this acrid smoke. And he's just like, yeah, this will work.
Really?
He just sort of hands it over and says, well, no, it won't work. It was too hot. I probably should have tried to liquefy it, perhaps make it into an elixir.
Yeah, that would have worked better, and then we could have kept whatever was left and use
if
it
you
for the
find
rest of
him,
the
we can
set.
try again.
But then what's the point?
Well, you never know. I could always make this a lot better, given it next time. Unless you want me to can I do it? Can I have some fur to work with? Like he sort of starts like pruning your shoulder fur, just like trying to get some.
Can she smack him?
Yes, you can.
Off of him?
Ah!
So she smacks him. Get away! Leave me alone.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
alright.
if you actually come up with something decent next time, then I can give you a sample of my fur.
Okay. And he sort of like turns back to his beakers and stuff, and sort of.
And she goes towards the door. But before she takes off the mask, she turns around and she goes, "Look, if you can salvage anything from that piece of fur and get a scent from it, then maybe I'll let you have a piece of mine. But it doesn't look good for you, so see you later."
You think he's probably scowling behind that mask, but you can't tell.
Yeah, she takes off the mask, puts it back, and then runs out of there because she doesn't want to smell whatever's happening.
Old Blue, you wanted to talk to some crows.
I remember these crows.
That is correct.
All right. Did you want to take any of these other mice with you?
Well, if any of them have lore mouse, definitely.
I think the crows have started to try to learn.
I might have
mice.
lore mask. Hold on.
Let me actually see. Amberwind, what do you have?
I have archivist.
Fortunately, none of that is good for talking to the crows.
Okay.
I would say they're gonna start learning to talk to some of you mice, but it's gonna be a little confusing at first. You want to try to convince them to give you a ride, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, give our surroundings some scouting, see if we can find any kind of hint.
It would make it a lot easier if we could actually, stay in the air out
Right.
there.
Yeah, so here's what I think is going to happen. You're going to have to give me a versus check with your lore mouse, which you do not have. But guess what? This means you can start learning it. So here's what's going to happen. You need to take your will and have it. So what is your will halved?
That would be a 2.
A 2. All right. And then,
I'd love to help them.
how?
Yeah, how?
With my, I have cook at 2, so I'd like to whip up something yummy that crows might like,
Okay.
and present it kind of like.
I have
Okay. I'm
I
following.
have
I'm following.
Persuader.
Persuader. Unfortunately, you can't really talk to the crows, so I don't know if Persuader works.
But you just said that they were learning to talk to us.
They are, but I still think it's sort of like almost
come
once.
on.
I mean, you can be
It'd
really
be like trying
sweet.
to talk to a toddler.
That's not cool, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's awful. I don't know, Amberwyn. Do you think you can help somehow? I'm kind
I
of.
have Haggler and Laborer.
I have Haggler. Would that help?
I could gesture out that we'd be willing to make a trade using hand gestures and be able to point out berries or towards their nest or
They
something
like
like that.
shiny stuff.
The universal
do.
language of bribery.
Yeah.
Shiny.
Could I help with that too?
Do you have anything shiny to give?
Me?
Yes, you.
I don't know. How would I know if I had anything shiny to give?
I don't know. Do you think Ellie would have anything shiny to give?
She probably. She collects a lot of stuff for her experiments.
That's true. That's true.
So
I'm gonna say yes. You'll be able to help with that, especially because you're a scientist.
yeah,
So
Okay.
let's say that. Okay, so you have 3 helping dice,
I can help.
Axel.
That's
Let's
all I
see.
care about.
Let's see if Old Blue can make a deal. But I'm gonna roll for the crows. This is the versus dice.
Alright. So I've
Go
got
get 'em,
3
Blue.
dice.
Yeah.
Can I use Old Fur?
Yes, you can.
Alright, I'll do that as well.
Ooh.
You've probably dealt with birds before. Maybe a particular naughty crow.
I'm predator wise. Oh no!
Oh, Blue. They
So
got 5
close.
successes, but you got 4. But guess what? You have 2 6s.
I
Do
was
you
gonna
want
say.
to spend a fate point to re-roll those?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So roll those 2 6s once more. See if we can get this going. Just barely you met that goal.
Oh wow. Okay.
Now.
Wow, he got
Oh,
the
that 6
extremes.
explodes. That 6 explodes. Keep
The
rolling.
6
Roll one
explode.
more.
Yay!
Roll
again,
one more.
Roll again. Roll again.
Because unfortunately you guys tied.
Oh, oh my
Very
god.
precise.
Yes, Old
man.
Blue.
Wow. Just barely.
Old Blue knows the
So-
ways of the crows.
Old Blue comes from a long line of legitimate import-export families.
Legitimate. I love how you emphasize legitimate.
The results may surprise you. Amberwind, this is your first time in Tapper's Point, and all of a sudden this old fur just says, "Let's go ride the crows." And all of you are sort of brought up to the crow's nest, where oh my god, you guys are really making me do this.
Yes, yes we are.
Where Hugin and Munin reside.
I love these voices
These
so
are
much.
2 crows, and they sort of the first one to notice is Hugin, and he immediately goes, "Friend, what are you doing here?" Ah! As he sort of hops across the branch over to you, Old Blue.
Well, we have come to beg of you your assistance again, my friends.
They beg? That's good. That's good that you beg, because we're great. We're mighty.
Indeed,
We're mighty.
you are quite
We fly.
great.
And he says, we also have we have a new nest.
Might I say your feathers are quite shiny today?
Yes, he's been pruning me. And the other crow hops on top of him and looks over him, and he sort of notices these other mice there, and he sort of says, they got something shiny. Wow! Oh, what's that?
There it is. There it is.
And so Amberwind, these crows immediately take notice of you, and Ellie sort of has the shiny item that you're gonna haggle with them, and Pepperjack has the food.
Yeah.
Okay, so what
It's
do you
like
guys?
some roasted like sunflower seeds, and he just comes over and just like lays them down.
And I have another mirror that I found.
Oh wow!
And
he says as he sees himself. Oh, I'm beautiful.
And she goes to Old Blue and she goes, tell him it's so that he won't have to share the other mirror with his buddy. Now they each have one.
Yes, and we've brought you this as well, and kind of pushes the mirror forward, doing the same thing with the sun and stuff to try and get it to gleam.
Oh, beautiful. They back off, so because now they suddenly start squabbling about like, oh, who's? Oh no! Now we have to decide who's more beautiful. And finally, Munin sort of says, well, listen, we don't have to look at. Let's put it over here, and you can keep yours over there. And Mugen says, I don't want to draw a line in the nest! I want it beside it! And they start like trying to like arrange it. And says, you always try to separate everything that we have into yours and mine. Why can't it be both? And Hunan says, well, it's only because you want everything. You don't want to share. You just want everything. Oh, wow, that smells good. And he starts pecking at the stupid sunflower seeds.
I can't. I can't.
And Munin says, what do you guys want? You guys are up here for a reason. Usually mouses are... They want something.
There is a wild mouse who is going to assist us with constructing some more homes so we can bring more people to live here.
Ah, gross.
Yes, quite.
You guys are
But
hanging
you see,
out with...
he's gone missing
What's his name?
in the plains.
The plains?
Quite.
That's
Very dangerous for us mouse, as you know.
Well, yeah, that's why you don't go there.
Yes, this stupid wild mouse went there by himself. The fool.
Well, that's why you don't trust the wild mice. Because they're stupid. I mean, wow, they're awful.
But this is why we ask you to help us to get to this location more safely.
Well, of course you ask us to help you. Why, how else are you gonna get there in one piece? I mean, there's
Exactly.
Roland, he'll bite you good. And gosh, there's that, oh man, we gotta fly over that pond. And immediately, Hugin goes, nah, not that goose again. And he says, no, it's fine, we won't land, we'll just keep flying over him. And Mugen just goes, well, can we at least, like yell nasty things? Can we, like, oh, we'll poop on him? And Mugen goes,
Of course,
yeah,
I will
that's
join you, my
great!
friends.
That's great! And they start just... Luckily, Amberwind, you're kind of only catching, like, little bits and pieces of this conversation.
Yes. If you want to make fun of anyone, I will join you happily, my friends.
Yeah, we'll make a flyby.
Yes,
It'll be great.
excellent. And then
Don't
I
worry,
also
Amber, you just gotta
offer-
keep smiling.
Once we have rescued
Smile
this
and
wild mouse, if he can in fact
Just smile and
rescue,
keep nodding.
we will all make fun of him together for his foolishness.
Are you sure we're taking this one? He looks a little tense. And this crow just, like, gets in your face and, like...
Oh god, that creeps me out.
I don't want to
think he
drop
likes
him. I don't want to drop him.
Oh god. I can't.
He's stunned. He can't. He just can't.
Well,
Have you written down your goals for the session, by the way?
yeah.
Maybe that's a good place to take this session. What are your goals?
Oh god.
Oh,
Pepperjack's goal. is to find the lost mouse in the plains.
That's
Yeah,
a
mine's-
good goal.
Yes.
What was mine? Because I
He's
stopped.
never been out
trying.
there, so it'll be a challenge for him.
Mine was get a scent to help with the search for the missing mouse, which I kind of didn't do, but I did do at the same time. I went for it, but it didn't happen. Let's put it that way.
Okay. What about Old Blue?
Old Blue's goal is to get the construction of a boat started.
Ooh, lovely.
'Cause even if there isn't a body of water currently, flooding is quite common in this area.
Yeah.
They need a boat.
You imagine it would be, especially with these oh gosh, the pine needles. It's gonna be a nasty thing because those things are just
Pepperjack
gonna.
could even help you with that too.
Old Blue is definitely a bit of an apocalypse prepper.
That's good.
Pepperjack is a carpenter.
So Amberwind, what is your goal for this session?
Find the missing brothers and try to return them to work for Tapper's Point.
Got it. And now we reach that point where I'm not doing their voices anymore. I'm not. We're playing the
Please,
game
save me.
now. We're
Save
playing
me from
the
the
game.
death. Save me from the death of the last one.
I'm sorry.
Please.
They pick up all of you, one in each talon. They do not let you ride their backs because they just pruned, and it's very shiny. You'll mess it up.
course.
And then they sort of like rub their beaks together, and then they fly off, and you're like, and they make a few flybys at more animals than you expected.
Wow.
It's just like that. Wow.
Wow!
You do it the
They have like a passive aggressive. They have like a passive aggressive trail that they're flying, just annoying animals.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Your tail
You-
so short.
Don't drop me.
And they let you guys have an overhead view of the plains when you exit the pine tree forest. Go ahead and give me a scout check. It will be obstacle 5.
Oh, I have scout.
I have scout at 4.
What is my scout?
Mine's at
Scout.
3.
Mine's at 2, so I guess you're doing it.
Okay,
Who wants
But
helping
we can help
dice?
him. We can
I
help
want
him.
helping dice.
Can I help him with a trait?
Unfortunately
if I
not. Traits can only help yourself, sadly.
Yeah, that's right. Okay. How about abilities?
Ah!
I have nature, but
Hmm.
no, probably wouldn't work.
Do you have any like wises or skills maybe?
I have predator wise.
You could be looking out for a predator because
Yeah.
there was
Yeah, they
some
mentioned weasels and rabbits, so
Okay.
keep your eye out for
Can I
those.
help with Weather Watcher? Since we're in the sky?
That's a good point. Yeah, I think
Hey.
you could totally do that.
I think I can help with either Pathfinder or Cartographer.
Cartographer. That'd be
Ooh.
cool.
Which one's higher?
That would be Pathfinder by 1.
hmm Skill rating doesn't really matter when it comes to helping dice. As long as you
Yeah,
have a
that's right.
rating in it, then you are
Yep.
good to go.
Forgot.
So that's cool. You sort of are. This is really interesting for you, Amberwin, because since you have cartographer, you sort of know what maps are supposed to be overhead view. But now you are literally getting an overhead view. You imagine when you sit down to maybe map this out, it is going to be beautiful.
And I also have the trade alert. Could I add that?
Yes, by all means.
So
Awesome.
that's what.
How many
8?
dice are you rolling, sir?
8.
You're getting
Got
a +1 from the crows. Because
Awesome.
they are
9.
flying with you guys.
They are the best.
We got 9.
Here we go.
5.
Oh!
Exact. Lovely.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow, that was great.
Wow. All the courses. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Oh my god. No. Noodle, help. Owen Wilson Crow. Help. Here's what we'll say. You guys sort of look around, and the plains are fairly. There's a few hills that aren't as wildly outgrown that you sort of look over to see if there's any sign of a mouse. You do see a couple rabbits here and there, actually. But then you see one mouse, a rather large. Let me double check. A rather large brown fur. This big blotch of ground in this sea of green, and you see that it seems to be standing a short ways away from a few rabbits. Just 2 rabbits.
Is Pepperjack's the only one that sees this, right?
I'm gonna say if he points it out, all of you can see this.
Oh yeah, as soon as I catch a view of a wild mouse, I'll be like, hey, down there, guys!
Yeah, and Ellie's like, I see him. There's a mouse down there. Oh no, there's 2 rabbits too.
Yeah, they did say he makes friends.
Well, they don't look very friendly.
Hey, Blue, maybe you can get them to, like, land us a little bit of ways?
The hell with that! Time bomb right at him!
Oh my god!
Fearless.
Alright.
Amber has the same
too.
problem.
The battle friends!
You descend.
Ellie's fearless too. So
You
that's
descend.
no
3 fearless.
You are dropped.
I have fearless.
Yeah, you were
4 fearless. Oh crap.
problem.
you were dropped onto the ground, and you guys are able to sort of get situated next to these 3 individuals. The the mouse and the 2 rabbits sort of look up and see these 2 crows drop you guys down. Crows sort of like they sort of like wander into the grass. They sort of start pecking at the ground, trying to get bugs. So they are not going to be much interest in this scene. But the brown-furred mouse, he's definitely a lot shorter than the other others that showed up, the other Mutter twins. And you see that he has this long sword at his side. And the rest of him is sort of covered in this mix of, like, almost like a camouflage of leaves, dirt, and even a few pine needles as well, sort of sticking out of this ham-shackled outfit that he's wearing. And the other 2 rabbits just sort of like they sort of like make sure their eye is like turned towards you guys. And this mouse sort of holds a hand up and says, "Hey."
Hey, hello. Are you part of the Mutters brothers?
I'm a Mutter twin, yeah. My
The
name's
twin, yes.
Cutter, hi.
Hi, Cutter. We were sent to look for you from Tapper's Point.
Oh,
They made it.
gosh.
They made it.
They made it. That's great. That's
Yeah.
great. All my brothers made it.
Yeah,
3 of
except
them.
you.
3 of them, yeah.
3?
2 of them are looking for you.
2? Why?
Because
They-
they said you were lost.
Oh my gosh.
To North!
Two North. Two North. Two North! Whoa!
To North!
Subscription from Two North.
Oh my god.
I
Two
don't know
North.
why my subscription didn't go off. I'm so sad.
That's why I alerted you.
Oh my gosh. I have no idea why it doesn't do it. It doesn't do it with hosts or the subscriptions. I'm so sorry. Two North, you're so sweet. Thank you. And the I don't know what I said. I'm
Nope.
utterly defeated. You have defeated me with that sub. How dare you? I appreciate it, and I appreciate all my friends because you're great, and I love doing this. And let's continue doing it. This mouse sort of looks up and says, "Okay, no, I told them not to come get me. I told them to go work with Tapper's Point."
So they
I really
clandestinely doing
don't.
it.
Look,
Yeah,
buddy,
I really
we're
don't
working
know
on.
much.
So Ellie steps forward and she goes.
But
she goes,
we were sent to come get you.
Okay,
So Ellie's
and
gonna,
oh my
yeah,
gosh.
Ellie's gonna step forward and she's gonna be like, "Look, we were given orders to come and find you by Captain Arabelle. So if you have any problem with that, you can take it up with her."
Well, I will once I'm done with this. I'm trying to settle something here, and he sort of like looks
Right,
over with
Take
his
your
eyes.
time. No worries, okay?
All right. So let me get this straight. They sent guards mice to come get me.
Yes.
Hey, what's wrong
yeah.
with that?
Apparently, it's some kind of deal between them and the guard captain. I don't know. It's above my station.
That's the problem with the mouse guard. You guys have stations. Out here, it's much easier. And he's sort of
Oh, I know. I'm a scout, so
no.
we got a lot more in common than you think.
And he sort of starts talking to these rabbits. And after a little while of these noises, he sort of turns back to you and says, "Okay, this I'm not going to be coming back.
What?
There's a big problem here. I'm sorry."
Is there any way that we could help to settle the problem?
Yeah.
Does this involve the weasel that was mentioned?
They told
Yeah, we heard about a weasel.
They told you about her, did they? Okay.
Yeah. What aren't you telling us?
Well, so I try to make sure that the animals, at the very least, know who's where and which territory we can sort of move through. Because
Okay.
the Mutter Twins are a big force here. We keep things stable. Everybody survives. Sure, we got the predators, but some of them can be reasoned
Okay.
with. And the rabbits. Now, it seems the rabbits had 2 of their kin killed by this weasel. That's their story. I don't know if it's true yet.
Well, what's the weasel story?
Well, I haven't heard the weasel's story. I need to go find her.
You want us
All
to
right.
help you go find her?
We're gonna have to hear both sides. Of
I know
this.
that, Sprinkle. $15 from Tunarth, an unexpected
Oh,
donation.
here we go.
Appreciate or not, as you desire. I appreciate it greatly. And I think you're the best. I think Gibbs is also the best.
I think
and-
I think he killed the stream.
You killed the stream!
He killed the
Tunarth!
stream.
Oh no, Tunarth. Your kindness.
You destroyed it.
Rip.
Rip stream.
Rip. I
Rip
wonder
and
if it's gonna come back.
pepperonis.
Is it gonna come back?
Rip and pepperonis.
Come back.
I got the perfect emote for this. Boom.
I'm so proud. Let me, Okay,
What
so
happened?
are we live again? Yep, we're live again.
Yeah.
Tunarth bringing down the house with his donation. Ridiculoso. But most handsome. And
Wait a
I
minute.
love you. And I'm gonna do funny voices for you after I do this scene. And it's gonna be great. And the mouse Cutter tells you, well, I haven't gotten his story yet. I need to go find him. Sorry, find her. It's just there's no reason. I mean, it's.
If you know where to start looking,
Look,
we can help you.
that's good. That's good. I know where to start looking, but can you guys come with me? Actually,
Yes, we are
Why,
sent on
why
a task.
Gotta keep you
Weasels are known
safe.
for their treachery.
No.
We were
Yeah.
sent on a
Me.
task because you were already in agreement with the guard captain to end up being able to help the point. So if we end up getting you and are able to find your 2 brothers, then the guard captain gets what she agreed to anyway.
He's
There
got
we
a
go.
point.
Well, gosh darn it. Let's do it. Okay.
All right.
You help
If
me
we can help
resolve.
you out,
You guys help me resolve this. I'll come back. Okay. For now,
Try our
I'm gonna
best.
go.
Sure.
I'm gonna go. And he starts talking to the rabbits, and they sort of thump their big feet on the ground once or twice, and then they sort of hop away jauntily. And he says, "Yeah, let's go." Ooh. Can we not bring them? And immediately the two crows sort of look up and they sort of like scream at Cutter.
Hey, they're friends of ours. They're the ones who brought us here.
Aha. They're
Yeah.
they look like
You're not the
I
only
mean-
one to be resourceful.
They may not be okay. So what if we strike a compromise? They can go fly around for a bit, but they'll still be close by in case we need their help.
okay. I'm okay with that.
And she'll look at the
Look, they're
crows,
jerks,
and then
but they're our jerks.
yeah, and then at Old
That's
Blue,
true.
because she's expecting Old Blue to translate.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah, Blue. They could probably scavenge around and see what they
Mhm.
find out here in the plains.
and they
You
can
never
also
know.
watch. They can also watch from above to see if any predators are about to attack us.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. We're going to need a nature check from each of you to sort of
That's it.
hide
I have-
in these planes,
Okay.
to sort of move without being seen.
How do I do that again?
You guys are just gonna roll your straight nature.
How do I do that?
Okay.
So it's
Well,
so is it
Blue's
slash
not exactly
roll?
great at this hiding thing because he's too fearless
What is it
for
again?
that. So I'm gonna use that against me.
Nay, nicely. Get another check for the player's turn. Your nature is above your health and will. You would just roll what its current rating is.
Well, it's a 4. So what am I rolling? It's slash RD.
4.
Oh.
And it's gonna be a
Less-
versus test.
And then less than 4.
Oh, sorry, what?
So it's gonna be slash roll D4 less than 4.
Yeah,
D6s. D6s.
D6s.
Oh,
Oopsie.
what the?
Good luck getting
I
that
rolled
a
it
4 or
wrong.
greater on a D4.
Okay.
I'm marking on Ellen.
Oh my.
So
Oof.
just a straight D6 less than 4.
I think so. Let me post the thing you would be.
Well, that's what I'm
using.
using.
Oh, whoopsie.
Yeah. Pepperjack's gonna. Am I able to use a fate
Am I
point for
not
this one?
rolling it?
Yes, you can.
All right, so I'm at 3 successes.
And I rolled
I got a
4.
6.
Something's
I do
wrong.
got a
I don't think
6,
I'm rolling
so-
it right.
Oh, you're not putting the
You need
number
to put,
of dice.
You need to put however many in front of the D6.
No. I was
So-
wondering why it didn't freaking.
So what's your nature?
It's a 4. I got it now.
4. There you go.
Nicely.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend
There
a
we
fate
go.
point
Hey, there it is.
and roll a D6.
Let's see if you get it, buddy.
Oh.
You do
Yes.
get it. Okay. So here's
Okay.
here's
I'll
what
take
happens.
it.
What about me?
You do not.
Can
Sadly.
I use?
Do
Can
you
I
wanna-
spend a? is
Unfortunately,
it?
you don't have any 6s, so you can't re-roll. What's your wise? Predator wise?
Yes.
All right, I'd let you use a fate point to re-roll that one failure you got.
Okay. Yes, I would like to do that
Okay.
because I have 6 fate points.
I have a cat in my lap.
Oh.
Oh,
Yo.
awesome.
So what am I rolling? Just one
Yep,
D6.
Just one.
1d6.
Okay. Okay. Well, I almost put the wrong thing down. And. Oh, what did I do wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing.
That is just a bad roll.
Ah,
you just failed.
Of course. Of course.
All
I
right.
just failed.
So everybody,
Sorry.
make sure that you mark what you got on your character sheet for advancement, like a pass or a fail. And Amberwind, you did fail that one Pathfinder test.
Yes, I've got 2
Alright.
Pathfinders marked
Gotcha.
for fails.
So
oh,
here's
yeah.
what we're gonna do. You're led by Cutter through these planes. It's very odd navigating through them. You know the territories are usually littered with leaves and thrush, so moving in this open terrain, even if it's a few inches high, is still very stressful. And then you get back into the pine forest, but you're moving north. And then the further you go, the more quiet it gets. There are no birds, nothing of the sort like that. And then a little ways ahead, you see what looks like a shack. And it's sort of a large den that's half in the ground, half of it above ground. A few sort of like in this stacked clump of stone that has been outfitted with an entrance, a stairway that goes down. You also see that it has in the front a fence, and it also has more like extensions, like small wooden rooms that have been like hamshackledly built. And you see that there is also a rack for drying meat as well. You see various sticks in the ground that sort of hold, you would assume to be like warning signs. Some of you come across these, and they're different bones attached to them, little X's, as well as a few with some scales on it, like snakeskin. And as you get closer, there is a loud bark as one large weasel sort of comes out of the shack, hearing most of you immediately. I think you, Pepperjack, would be able to sort of like hide behind some of the nearby clutter. And this weasel comes out with 2 spears. You notice that there is one part of this home that it's built that is just flat out destroyed. Whoa, not that music. Oh my god.
I like that music though.
Yeah, we are not into that yet. We are not into
We don't want that music.
No. Oh god, it's there again. Stop. Oh my god. I think I don't have the music that I wanted. Oh
no.
we'll just use jazz.
Wow.
I like that other music though.
I know. No, we're not Darude Sandstorm. But here's what happens. This weasel rushes out, and you see that one part of the house that it's built for itself is sort of like splintered apart, just like something barreled through it and just ripped it to shreds. It comes out sort of barking and like roaring, and it throws one of these spears towards you guys, and it sticks in the ground with a quivering sort of thank you. And you see this weasel is outfitted in a turtle shell, a sort of like chainmail shirt, but the chainmail is actually bones, sort of like fish bones. And then you see that it's also wearing a belt with different weapons it's crafted on it. You see the belt is made of tails.
At this point, Ellie's gonna look at Cutter with wide eyes, and she's gonna gesture like, "Go talk to him."
And you hear the weasel cry out, "Begone, you fiends! I'm not having any more patience with you." And Cutter steps forward and holds out and says, "Hey, no bunnies, no bunnies. It's cool. It's cool." And he sort of like tilts his head and sort of like tries to smile at this scary creature and says, "Drudga, come on, it's cool. We're fine. We're fine. It's fine. Then let me get this for you." And he tries to pick up the spear that's as long as he is, and he just can't get it out. And he's like, "All right." And he leans on it, and he says, "So, you need to. You got the Warrens mad at you." And this weasel says, "Of course they're mad at me. I killed him. I told him not to trespass, and I killed him." And he says, "Yeah, that's bad. You shouldn't kill people like that." And she shakes his hand and says, "No, they were pests. See what they did? You see, my home. Spent years building this home." And you see that she's pointing to that side of her house that is just completely wrecked and destroyed. And you notice that the rack for drying meat has some pelts packed up next to it.
Oh no.
And she sort of stamps her spear into the ground and says, I'm not giving warnings anymore. I gotta survive out here, and I can't waste my days fixing messes and chasing off little bunnies. Especially when they steal, they break, and they wander, leaving their little droppings all over the place. And Cutter says, listen, yeah, that's bad, but you really took this a little too far, and now they're kicking at people. They're kicking at other animals. They're breaking this fun territory thing we got here. And she says, what? Too bad. I got my own territory here. I'm fine. You Mutter Twins can help yourselves to the mess that they made. And she starts moving back in and says, okay, how about we get you more territory? Will that make you happy? I mean, you can move away from them. You can sort of push your direction elsewhere. And she goes, oh, who are you going to kick out then? You think you Mutter Twins can just push around whoever you like? And he goes, well, yeah. We're the Mutter Twins and also the Mouse Guard. We're unstoppable.
Yeah, that's good. It's
What
working.
you did there.
I'm behind some reeds. Yeah, it's good. Keep working. Work that angle.
Okay, yeah. And he says, yeah, Tapper's Point. It's a big up-and-coming place. You're going to have a lot of room to move, since that border they have for the territory is going to be, just inching a little forward. You got plenty of room once they get this party started. And Grubda sort of peers at all of you and says, you talk high and mighty for a bunch of knee-high, pointy-eared things with your pointy swords and
yet we drove your kind from our lands.
She
Don't say that.
she started taking notice of the bow that Amberwind has. But then when she hears that, says, I'm not one of them. I'm a hermit. I don't belong to no tunnel lord.
But how
Then
do
you're
we know
better than the
that?
rabble, but it still doesn't mean we're not weak. We aren't weak. We defeated them and drove them from the land.
And
She
not only that,
nods.
but how can we trust you?
She points to the spear in the ground, as if that's evidence.
Elliot holds up her own spear. It's a spear, just like mine.
Yeah, only if I wanted to, I could just take one of you out right here, get you out of my land.
Grubda, if I may ask a question.
Well, since we're gabbing our jaws off, sure.
You said that the rabbits are the ones that had destroyed your home. Was there any direct tracks that showed that rabbits did it that we could see? We might be able to help to investigate what had actually happened.
Give me a hunter check.
Alrighty.
Do you have hunter?
I do.
Can we assist?
How do you assist, if at all?
I have survivalist. I also have.
I also have hunter.
I have scout. I have pathfinder. Any of those?
Scout. Scout would help, yes.
I have scout.
What about Old Blue?
The only thing he had that would be applicable was Scout, so he's going to stay out of this one. He doesn't.
Actually, what are
care
you
about-
looking to do here? Because I also have carpenter. If anything, we could say I can try and help him rebuild. I could try to help her rebuild.
We could certainly look into helping to fix the house and be able to calm down the weasel, but also we could look into seeing if the rabbits actually did cause what ended up causing the deaths.
Yeah, here's the order of which I want this. I want that hunter check first to sort of assess and discover the cause of this. And then we'll see if that carpenter check can be used, and then we'll see how else you guys can placate this very old weasel.
Alrighty, and
And it
that
is-
was with 2 helps.
Yep, 2 helps.
Help
Do you
me.
want to use a trait to help yourself as well?
Alrighty, I think that I could probably end up using Determined.
Determined sounds good.
That would be a 5d6.
And that's 3 successes. I actually needed 3 successes to sort of get this.
And oh, he's got double 6s.
That's true. If only I had increased the obstacle, maybe those would come in handy. So it's very tense stepping forward. This is the closest you've been to a weasel, perhaps, do you think?
Most likely, yes.
All right. She is a immense specimen. She clearly eats well, and most of it goes to that spear-chucking arms of hers. But she has her own set of scars as well. A few clumps of fur missing. But she doesn't move from where she is as you step forward to inspect this part of her home. And you look around and you see that there are, in fact, a few bits of chewed wood, actually. You find bite marks that would fit rabbits on some of this clutter and debris. And you also do find footprints of their long, terribly strong feet. You imagine if they didn't simply barrel through this, they probably kicked it until it was asunder and then just gnawed on the pieces, sort of in defiance. And that defiance probably cost them their lives, you expect.
Amber will call over the wild mouse and point out the footprints, the fur, and the chewed wood, and would ask if there were any other creatures that lived in this area that would have similar bite marks or footprints. Would a woodchuck or anything like that have a similar foot pattern?
I mean, I'm predator-wise.
Yeah, you already helped with a different skill, though.
That's what I thought. No, that's what I thought.
These probably don't belong to a predator. I think you would know that from your wise. And you get this curious look at from Cutter. He approaches a little bravishly to inspect this clutter, and he sort of nods and says, "I mean, rabbits are the perfect size. Teeth are about, yeah. I mean, the only other thing I could imagine doing this is a squirrel, which we have a lot of trouble with. But I don't imagine them just. I mean, look at it. When they destroyed this thing, they sent these pieces flying, and you do see that there are some sort of like spread around, as though they were like sent flying by some traumatic force. And
Is it possible that if the rabbits had ended up coming through here, that it wasn't an intentional attack directly, but that maybe they had ended up first hitting the house when they were being chased by something?
You, given the evidence, you actually find it, if the teeth marks weren't there, then yes, that could be a possibility, but those teeth marks are pretty damning evidence that they stayed around and decided to casually.
They stuck near.
Yeah, they stuck around after, and that's when the weasel caught him.
Things went downhill.
And Druda just let him have it. And the drying meat on the racks is evidence enough, as well as the pelts. And you notice that on her belt of tails is a rabbit's foot.
Well, Amberwind wanted to make sure that it was as thorough of an investigation as possible. He's not trying to cause any wars.
Smart mouse.
And Druda sort of is still there, ears twitching as she sort of moves towards you guys, not hostilely, but just sort of arms outstretched.
You see what happens when you give these large prey this sense of safety. They get bold, they get annoying, and they get mean. You try to make
Understood.
You try to make buddy with them, guard spice. They'll do worse.
Oh, we're not buddies. Trust us. We're just trying to like figure this out here.
Trying to make everybody happy here.
Drew,
Yeah.
did you build this house yourself?
She nods.
I go, I'm a carpenter. This is pretty good craftsmanship.
If
Good
we
job.
were able to help you to repair your house, would you be interested in coming to Tapper's Point and assisting to help with building housing for some of the mice that are coming northward?
You mice are building?
We're building.
Yeah, I'm a carpenter.
She sort of rubs
I'm
her
from a long line of carpenter.
her furry chin and says,
I ain't heard of mice that can build worth a damn.
Oh yeah, I bring out my little hammer and like what's left of my nails.
ooh.
He's a carpenter and I'm a laborer. I could assist him in doing some work on repairing your house.
That's not bad.
I'm a scientist. Maybe I could find a scent, some sort of scent to lay around your house to let others know that they're not welcome there.
Oh, that's right. You guys got that. You got that scent border.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
that.
we're currently working on a new one right now.
And like you see her brain just explode with,
Yes, this is useful.
and she doesn't say
Yes.
that, but you can see it. And she
Yes.
says,
I go, maybe
This
we
is-
can help each other.
I mean, we met at a good time. I think. Now, I know that mice and weasels don't really have the best relationship. But I am not like most weasels, and you all are certainly not like most mice.
This is true.
And we both hate rabbits.
Hey, I'm iffy.
If
don't
he is
know,
I
good.
Never
haven't met
actually-
too many of them.
I know, I've never actually met a rabbit
Oh, Blue
before.
hates everything.
and
he does.
She says, listen, show me what you can do. Maybe teach me how to lay this scent mix. And we can make this work. Because it sounds like there's something good being built out to the west.
We're trying.
and
But we're gonna need all the help we can get too. So if we can help you, maybe you can help us.
Alright then.
Now, if you're not too attached to this particular patch of land since your house just got wrecked, we could move you closer to the settlement. I'm sure there's
she holds
plenty
a
of predators in the area to prey in the area.
she holds a paw out to sort of like silence you and says,
I've lived here for years alone.
Oh, I understand that.
This has memories, and I've buried husbands here and wives.
Understood.
I will stay. But if this works out, I may have an outpost nearby in case you little furs need a little supervision.
and
Well, they're
All right.
conversing. Old Blue wants to kind of start wedging the spear out of the ground and hand it back to her.
she hefts it, and as you hold that spear, it's sturdy. Even though it's not made of any metal, it is a potent, deadly weapon in the
Awesome.
hands.
And as he picks it up and kind of holds it out to her, you hear the of his bag, and he's like, "Oh, oh."
Pepperjack runs over to help him real quick. Oh, wait, it's okay.
Ellie just like gashes like
she
Heavier
immediately,
than I thought it was.
surprisingly, she's
I got you,
immediately
old-timer.
at your side.
Going, oh, you stupid old fur. Mice have such weak backs.
And she sort of like tries to help straighten you, and she doesn't just do that. She sort of like forces your back into position with a soft pop, and
Oh.
it's
Oh.
it's terrifying because those weasel paws are as big as your head.
oh my
Oh, no.
god.
A masseuse weasel.
But go ahead and give me a carpenter check to help her rebuild this this home that she has lived in.
Oh, I haven't been manhandled by a woman like that since my late wife died.
And I'll use labor to help.
Labor helps.
Alright,
That's excellent.
Yeah, I'd love help. I have a carpenter of 4, and I got hammer and a bit of nails.
So that's
Things
plus
are
1 for
getting
gear as
tricky.
well. She's also gonna help. So is Cutter. So you're getting
Yeah.
2 helping dice
And
as
I
well.
also have my axe too.
I don't think I
I
have
can actually chop
anything,
down
so I'm gonna stay out of this one.
Scientist,
And
maybe. You
I
could
have
make a
some
blueprint.
rope, if that would help.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Rope?
you can kind of
Okay.
give me a layout
Okay.
of
Alright,
like
that'll
how
work.
so-
I should lay everything out.
Yeah,
old,
that'll work.
Old Blue, what are you doing?
Does survivalist help? Like,
Yeah,
try to find the proper
you can find
and such?
materials. Yeah.
I was gonna say I have that too.
Oh, this is awesome. I did not expect this session to go this way. Oh man, it's
That's okay. That could be taken 2 different ways, folks. Like,
You expected us to all die because I'm the newbie here.
oh, don't even say that.
Let's
Paul.
see,
You've been
one-
great.
Not even, not close. Doing awesome.
Yeah, we love having you
All right,
aboard.
so far I think I have 9.
I need 6 successes.
Woo!
I'm very sorry.
Oh, that's close.
Oh boy. Okay.
Do you want to use any persona?
I was gonna say,
any more
yeah.
I would
traits?
Yes, I would love to use a persona.
This is a heavy task.
Yeah, this seems pretty important if we can convince
Oh, yeah,
this
and
big
they-
old weasel.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will definitely use a persona point, and I get to
Who's back?
and Pepperjack is tough, so he's gonna work, you know, as long as he can
Oh yes.
to make
And
this work.
you're gonna show this weasel. You know your stuff.
Yep. He's taking it more as like a challenge to his carpentry.
Oh yeah, because this is a weasel dwelling. You've only built this for mice. This is a challenge.
Yeah. So I'm at 10d6. So let's see.
Oh, boy.
I spent a persona. Do I add my nature?
Yes. If you want to use that persona for adding your nature, you can. It will be reduced by 1 though, so just keep that in mind. But this is 6 successces I need. You
I
might
know.
need that.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
I
I'm
was
gonna
do
do
say,
it.
You should do it.
Yeah, Pepperjack's
Go
gonna do
out.
it for the greater good of the mice.
Mhm.
All right. Here we go.
Okay.
Let us
13.
see how you do.
Come on.
No.
I will spend a fate point.
Okay. Reroll those 3
Yes.
6s.
Oh.
Yes!
Oh,
Yes.
Oh
Oh.
my god.
just barely.
Perfect.
Just
So much
barely.
stress.
By 1 success.
Yes.
So much stress.
Obstacle 6.
Pepperjack has been sweating. His fur's all dripping down.
Oh yes. And Dugdra sort of comes by with a bucket of water and says, "You need a drink." And
Oh,
she has these little
thanks.
cups that she. Oh my god! As you take the whole bucket and chug it. So, guys, tell me what you build for her and what each of you do to sort of help.
So I'm going to go ahead and like show her how like we're trying to mix the scents and stuff. So like she gets kind of like an idea of how, you know, like how it kind of works. But then like she can like do her own concoctions, you know, to see what she
Ooh.
likes or what she doesn't.
Yeah,
you know,
she tells you that
like-
this used to be her herb closet,
Mhm.
and now.
And like I show her how to like put certain herbs in and like how to like heat them up in like random glass jars that she may have since she doesn't have like a beaker set or anything.
Oh, she's impressed. She only has like pots or wheat woven baskets to keep these in. She's like, oh,
So that's what Ellie's doing.
Old Blue.
Well, Blue's gonna be out, like, scouting around for the bits and pieces that were of the broken house first, and just kind of gathering that all up so they can salvage any nails or anything like that were used.
oh yeah, that'll
And then
definitely
he'll
help.
go out and actually start looking for, like, larger, like, branches that have fallen off of trees and things like that, and gather them all up. And he's a little bit sprier than he usually is. He's, like, kind of got a little bit of a skip to his step, even though he's still tired from last time.
That back thing.
Yeah, she adjusted your back. That was pretty cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
she like crack, snap, and
She like basically
suddenly-
relocated it back to its original spot.
she
you just got a chiropractor appointment for free.
Yeah, she's a chiropractor.
you feel like she shaved off 30 years.
She's a wild chiropractor that works.
Amberwind, this is the last thing you expected to be doing out here in the wild country, I expect. What are you doing? What are you thinking?
Amberwind would most likely to, because of the fact that the rabbits had such an easy time doing the damage to the house and that particular area. He's going to be trying to, sort of like how on a normal house you would end up having studs of a certain size, he's reinforcing the studs so that if the rabbits do come back, they will not be able to just stomp into it from the inside. So it's going to reinforce and actually resist the rabbit's weight and power being able to stomp in through the house again.
That's beautiful. And finally...
Well, Pepper Jack's going through this. He's kind of like looking at all the pieces. He's like, all right, I think I'm going to double down on that reinforcement idea. That's good. And he just starts with the hammer and the nails, boom, 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 just putting up panel after panel after panel after panel. And he ends up making almost like a wall and then putting rocks in and then another wall to like really reinforce those kicks. And like put in like mud and all that stuff right in between, just have basically like this really reinforced spot.
Excellent. And from there,
he's as dirty as he's ever been right now.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing. After you get the feeling like she is genuinely impressed by what's happened with her home, and more so. She is humbled that mice are capable of such things. And
Blue
by the end,
thought of something he wants to add.
Oh, don't go ahead.
He wants to see if he can find any kind of like brambles or thorns or anything like that, and just kind of coat the wall with it. So if the rabbits try to do this again, they'll pay for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Some burrs or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That's good. That's good survivalist right there.
Make her her house as prickly as her.
Oh,
Yes.
Quote that. Quote that.
I got it.
Oh man. And that is the GM's turn. At the end of it, she is placated. She has never been happier with her little shack, and is very pleased. And in fact, offers to join Cutter on his way back to bring the rest of the Mutter twins to reinforce Tapper's Point and help expand it to get a larger population going. Whether Tapper's Point is going to accept the help of a weasel is in the air right now.
That's more up to the guard
them
cast.
into submission if needs be.
Sure. And from there, it is the player's turn. Each of you has one check. I know Old Blue has 2 checks because you used your Old Fur trait against you, which gives you a check if you used it to get a -1. So what do each of you want to do?
Well, I mean, I was helping the weasel with the scientist, so I was thinking I'd do a scientist check.
Sure, so you can try to make a scent border mix. Go ahead and roll scientist. If
Can
it's
I
a
get
scent
help?
border, does anybody have scientist?
Or anything that might help with it. Like
I
maybe
help
someone
with
can bring me
scientific
stuff to
jump.
like experiment with.
It is obstacle 3, by the way.
I do have survivalist, so I can go out and find whatever you need.
I think that's acceptable. Does anybody have hunter? That's probably...
Let's see.
I got hunter too, so
I have
mean,
a
if
hunter
somebody else
also.
has survivalist,
Okay.
I have survival.
So,
Okay.
okay.
Old
So
Blue
I'll
abjectly
switch to
refuses
hunter.
to help with
that's
scientification.
4.
So you only have 4 dice.
Yeah.
Do you want to use a trait?
Let me see what my traits are. Give me a second. I have rational, I think.
This is a
Oh,
rational
that's good
task,
stuff.
especially with a weasel.
Yeah, I have rational, so that's what, 5.
Alright, you need 3 successes.
I can't type it.
Oh,
Son of a! Can I burn a fate point roll at 6?
you can. It's going to be hard pressed if it explodes 3 times, but you can if you want.
What do you mean?
I mean, I need. Oh wait. Oh, 3 successes. Yeah. Okay, never mind. For some reason, I was still stuck on like.
I was really confused. I was like,
Whoa.
He's thinking of the 6 from repairing the building.
Oh.
Yeah.
so can I
Yeah, you can spend a fate
persona?
point and try to get that last success.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Ugh. If I could type.
Ooh, no successes.
1.
I got
No,
one.
she rolled a 3. That's not a
Oh.
success. You did the greater than. Not
Oh,
less
she
than.
did
You
under.
did greater than I said.
There.
No.
Let me re-roll it.
Oh
Did I roll it wrong?
no, you
Yes,
rolled it,
you
but
put
I
the
actually
carrot in the
think
wrong
we
direction.
have to live with that result because it's
I'm
still
so
a dice that you
confused.
rolled. You did the greater than 4, not less than. But you still rolled a dice, so I think we'll just use the dice. If that's okay with you.
Well, then what does that mean, though?
It means you probably failed. What's your wise?
Which I don't want to do that.
What's your wise?
Predator-wise?
Predator wise. By the way, how many passes and fails do you have in scientist?
I don't have any.
Oh,
I
really?
don't think I've used it.
Okay. So actually, in order to level up scientist, you do need passes and fails to level it
I
up.
know.
Do you want to maybe take a failure for this?
I'll take a fail.
Okay. Are you hungry and thirsty yet?
Me?
Yeah. No, not you. Your mouse.
Oh god, no.
You're hungry and thirsty after you do
Son of a
this.
bitch. Of course I am.
But you get that fail. You get that fail for leveling up. You're going to be able to get this concoction ready for her. It's going to be a laborious pursuit, but by the end of it, you've taught her how to make it herself and how to spice it up. And there you go. That's your check. What else do the rest of you want to do? Recover from conditions, maybe. Or if you haven't achieved your goal yet, you can also try to do
Do we
that.
have one team check? I thought.
Yeah, you have one more check thanks to Old Blue, but it's really up to you guys how you guys want to
Yeah,
use
it's up
this.
to you guys how you want to do it. Don't worry about me, I'm good. I could be hungry and thirsty, I'm a scientist. I stay up for long hours.
If nobody has any idea what they want to do, I have a couple.
Okay.
Experimenting.
Do you want to go?
Okay, sure, I can go. First thing Old Blue wants to do once we get back is he wants to go look out and find out from somebody in the leadership here if there's anyone who knows how to build boats in the town.
You ask around, and you actually learn that the only person who knows how to build boats in this town is going to be... Let me look, because I know I wrote this down. Ah, yes. It is going to be Granny Liley. You're told that Liley of the foraging team builds boats in her spare time from various like little leaves or other driftwood that she can find.
Ah.
Do they call her Granny Liley?
Everybody calls her Granny Liley.
Oh, okay. Blue will be like, well, is she taken?
Dang, this guy's
you-
got some fight in him.
you
Let
sort
me
of-
tell ya.
You get probably a cautious look. Like, you can try, but...
Hey, he's
Nobody-
feeling real spry right now. He's
Oh
like, yeah.
lord. Oh my
Oh,
god.
he's got his
Weasel, look
back
what
all
you did.
adjusted and everything.
Oh, but what... but,
Weasel, look what you did.
but you and Drumda were getting along so well.
Right.
And you're able to find Granny Liley. She's sort of like in the storage room of Tapper's Point, sort of arranging grains and other little knickknacks. What do you do with this check, though? What do you want to do with it?
I want to talk to her about starting construction on a boat, just as a side thing.
She looks forward to that, and yeah. I'd say she'll give you helping dice for this check.
Okay. Yeah,
Now, do you just want to make like life rafts in case of flooding or something like that?
no, he wants to build a legitimate boat.
Oh my! So
Even if it's only like a 3 or 4 person boat, just a boat.
Okay.
That would be obstacle 4.
Can we help him?
If you think you can.
Oh, Pepperjack is a carpenter.
Amber
I got
has
no
labor.
problem.
Oh, wow.
I have Persuader. I don't know if that would help.
Scientist, you could again do blueprints.
Yeah, Scientist, yeah. Blueprints
All right,
again.
you're getting 3 helping dice, plus an extra one from Lily, who sort of is now interested in the prospect of using boats. She never really considered it. It was just sort of a way to get from one place down the river to another without getting too many predators on her back.
And of course, like, the whole time they're working on this, Blue's going to be regaling them with tales of his mother and father who met on the sea. And
I love these stories.
They were-
They're the best.
like, her mother was his mother was a legitimate import-export specialist, as was her father, but in separate types of business. One of them a little more violent than the other.
Oh no.
And they met on the sea. And,
She tries to guess
wow.
if the woman was the more violent one.
And I kind of like bump Granny. I go, I think old Blue likes you.
Ellie nods in agreement.
She looks
He's
back
a real
at you.
good. He's a real catch.
She looks back to you and says, "We better focus on the ships instead, Sonny."
Oh,
And-
yep, of course.
And sort of focus on the ships.
Those ships have sailed.
But yeah, he'll finish up his story just kind of talking about how they met on the sea and like they almost killed each other the day they met. But then he'll eventually bring this. The conversation will end with the fact that he wants to build a boat because no member of his family has ever settled at any place without sailing involved. And to prove that, he kind of brings up his halberd, which is made out of peg legs, which are all screwed together with a blade fixed to it. And these are peg legs that have been passed down through the generations of his family as long as they've lived in Port Sumac.
Following the tiger.
She's genuinely impressed in this, and she doesn't really try to counter your long family history. She only says she's been at Tapper's Point.
Well, I've been in Tapper's Point for the longest time, and I've seen mice come and go. And some days, when I'm sailing on a long, large reef, I do see the most handsomest wild mice passing by, and I sometimes enjoy saying, "Oh, your fur looks lovely today. It shines like the sun on the surface of the water. But I'd rather save that for you when we finish this boat."
And starts working on the boat with you.
Man, Blue's getting it out.
The ship is sailing.
The ship is sailing.
Well, actually, we'll see. You're gonna have to give me an obstacle 4, buddy. So, what's your boat crafter?
My boat crafter is 2.
2. Okay.
With all the 4 helping dice, that gives me a total of 6. And I
He's
want to
a
see
tough
this
boat to ride.
work.
Can you do it? Any traits that you can use? Any traits? Or are you rolling? Are you gonna roll? I feel like this is a very
I don't think any
important
of these
roll.
traits will really help in this one,
Oh my god.
but
Blue's
wanna
life
tap my
depends
nature
on this.
If you fuck this up,
can you tap your
If
nature
you
on a roll?
seriously F
Just
this
any-
up.
sorry, what?
Can I tap my nature on like any roll, or do I have to have something pertaining to it?
No, you can tap your nature to anything you
Do it.
want.
I want this
God.
to succeed.
Do
Oh
it.
my god!
So what's it use?
What's your nature?
Persona?
Yeah, it's
No,
a
I mean-
persona. And what's your nature?
4.
You're rolling 10 dice to try to impress this
Yeah.
granny with this boat. I am in full support.
Yeah. Noodle's in full support too.
Oh my
You can
goodness.
tell. Oh!
This boat
Dang.
is
Yeah.
the finest one that's ever sailed out of
Yes.
Tapper's Point.
Wow. So she sort of pulls you out of Tapper's Point and says, "Well, it would be silly if we built the boat here. We'd have to drag it all the way to the river. We should build it on the shore." And she sort of invites all of you to this like little get together. All of you sort of like leave Tapper's Point for the day and just spend a lovely afternoon on the riverbank, which is further north of you. I'll draw it later, but you guys all enjoy this lovely picnic that she makes for you. And Old Blue, she dotes on you. And she brought some of the gab croon that this new baker made recently, and she's drizzling honey on it and spreading it, and it's after a long day of like sort of hammering
Ellie
nails.
see this?
Yes.
Oh my god, okay. She's drooling because she's hungry right now.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Oh my gosh. And what she's gonna do is just basically sort of she's gonna go out of her way to sort of see you, really see how dedicated you are to make this boat. And by the end of it, this boat can hold about several mice, and it is pretty big. You think it would sail very effectively down this river. It would take some mice to actually make it go the other way. But gosh darn, this thing is going to see many journeys up and down. And she sort of invites you up on the bow, say, "Well, let's get a look from the starboard side."
So
And
wait, is she inviting all of us or just him?
No, just him. Just him, actually.
Oh,
She's still eyeing
yeah,
whatever
we
she
gotta go. I got things to do.
No, so Ellie is still eyeing the
bye,
thing
Old
that
Blue.
she made.
Goodbye,
Like,
Plenty
Granny.
of food over there. You youngins better go eat before I get back.
Oh yeah.
Food, where's
So
food?
hungry, right,
Food,
Ellie?
where's food?
Oh my god.
Let's
I
go.
need food.
The ship is sailing.
The ship is sailing. And
Literally, it is sailing.
Literally.
I don't know. Fade to black. I think
Perfect gentleman,
I think
please.
she's gonna sort of say, "You've been wearing that cloak all day," and she sort of like takes it off and says, "You should relax a little," and sort of
Whoa.
hangs it on this door that you guys built. And I don't know. It's probably a romantic moment.
I was gonna say, for you might as well put on some music.
I don't have any music for this. What did you expect me to have?
James Brown in the background.
Yep,
Time to plunder below deck.
that
We're
works.
gonna be going for that below deck.
And I was gonna say, I'd also be singing Let's Get It On.
This is player's turn music right here. I'm gonna use this all the time. So yeah, great.
All right.
Old Blue, congratulations. Are you tired?
He was already tired.
He actually gains the condition.
Let it be known to the viewers watching, Old Blue just had fun, sexy times.
I mean, I would have given you the tired condition. Let's just say that.
He is already tired.
What else? Yeah, but you
He would
succeed
have been tired if
if
the
you
weasel
fail.
didn't adjust his
If you
back.
failed, yeah.
Oh, right.
Or I would have. It would have been awful if I gave you the sick condition.
No,
Oh,
no.
That's not okay. That is not okay.
Forbidden.
Getting him angry if he
Pepperjack has an idea.
What idea do you have?
What
buddy?
idea?
For a roll.
Possibly
A
have?
roll? Well, gracious.
For a roll, yes. Pepperjack would actually like to build some stairs, some safer stairs up to the crows, because this branch hopping is... it's
Now,
a little tiring.
Now tell me, do you want, what's your passes and fails in stairs? I mean carpentry. Sorry.
In carpentry, I got
Sexy
2
time
passes.
to
2 passes, right? And
Yep.
what is your carpentry?
It's at 4.
Dang, so you have a long ways to go. Go ahead and, how hard do you want this to be? Do you want this a test you can fail, or do you want to try to pass this?
I actually want to try to pass it.
Okay.
I want to make this safe for other mice.
So yeah, you guys have
wanna
literally
go
been
up
having
there.
to, like, climb up there. I think it's going to be, like, something akin to an obstacle... Let me double check. But go ahead and get helping dice if you want it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Blueprints!
Yes, definitely.
Blueprints are happening!
Oh, wow.
I am legit, like, drawing like a mad woman at this point, because I'm hungry and thirsty,
Yeah,
so,
it's
like, I've noticed when Ellie is hungry and thirsty, she is, like, wired. So like she's like all over the place and like writing like and like drawing nonstop, and she goes, oh, and you can do this and this and this. Oh, and what about here? Oh yeah, and oh, I don't like that. Let me do this. Like that's literally how she is.
Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of stuff.
Obstacle
Thanks.
2. Obstacle 3 because it's a big tree.
Okay.
Your carpentry is godlike.
It gets better.
like I'm getting these mice who are experts in skills that are not like the typical mouse guard. I'm very happy. Yeah, obstacle 4. Do you want to?
You didn't. Go ahead.
Go ahead. If you want to use the trait, you can.
Yeah. I'm gonna use fearless because he's got to get up this tree and he's
these
looking
heights
down. At
don't scare you one bit.
Yeah, he's looking down, going, "Ooh." He's kind of like strapping himself into the safety harness a little tighter.
Can you do it? Can he do it?
All right, so I got 1 helping dice and 1 from that. That's
1 for
Are you
trade.
guys
That's
gonna
6
help him at
dice.
all?
Amber said that he'd do labor.
Oh, that's right. Labor is good. One.
Yes,
So that's
labor.
true. I
Thank
was
you.
gonna say before you roll, ask for helping
That's
dice.
awesome. I need that muscle.
Yeah. Oh, Blue, do you got anything?
He spent.
He got it
Oh,
all.
he's a little busy.
He got it all. Go
Well,
ahead.
I mean, he's tired, but
Give us a dice roll. See what happens.
Here we go. Come on. Go.
Just
Woo!
barely.
woo,
Success.
woo.
Is
We're
standard.
kind of close tonight,
Yeah,
guys.
success is a standard for tonight. You are able to get the materials you need and get the help from Amberwyn, this new mouse who came into town and has just, gosh darn it, at every turn he's found ways to just make every action that you do just on point.
That's
and
awesome.
Not only that, this is a good task that you're doing. And even though you sort of get heckled by Hugin and Munin, it's nice that there's no longer like a treacherous climb. You even add railing to sort of just ensure that. And
Nice.
there's a pass for your carpentry. Well done. Now then, who wants to go next? We have 2 more checks. Amber, do you want to
I
do
know
anything?
that Amber was looking at, because of the fact of being on the crows and everything else, and seeing beyond what most mice would be able to see. I would like to be able to see about doing a cartographer check.
I approve. So, cartography.
What is that exactly again?
Map
It's
making.
mapping.
Mapping.
Do you want this as a detailed map?
I imagine that I would probably want it as a detailed map because I am trying to help the guard captain.
Okay, so this is probably going to be obstacle 3 because of that.
How can I help?
Let me find out.
And I do have maps and cartographer's tools in my inventory, so that's an extra +1.
Indeed.
I have Scout and Pathfinder.
I have Archivist. I also have Pathfinder.
Pathfinder and
Tell you the right
Archivist.
day to do it.
Pathfinder and Archivist do help.
Okay.
Old Blue, are you helping?
Blue's gonna yell at the clouds to help him.
Weather Watcher.
Yeah.
I'm
What
gonna
if
say
you
yes.
yell in the
I'm gonna
clouds?
say yes.
Can I just
Tentatively,
ask-
yes.
Cloud yelling always helps.
Would I be
Yeah.
able to use my last trait on that?
What is that trait?
Fearless? Would that be able to help because of the fact that I had gone so far out of what most mice were? Either that or
And he's willing to go farther.
would patrol guard wise be able to help?
Patrol guard wise, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Right now, I don't think so. Unless I'm trying to think of ways. So fearless, no, you cannot fearlessly draw a map. I think.
I bet Ellie
I'll
could.
show them. I'll show them
I bet
all.
That's
I'll show
like
the guard captain.
That's exactly
Maybe
what
Patrol
Ellie-
Guard wise, kind of like asking like the other mice that have been around.
I think only if there was a mouse who had it. I don't think there is a mouse that's patrol guard. Did you know a mouse back in Lockhaven that was cartography sort of oriented?
His family was cartographers.
Ah, I will allow it just this once because you
And so
deserve
was
it.
his senior artisan. His senior artisan.
I'm going to try to open this, and I can't open it because then the whole chat will see
I'll
it.
post it. I'll post it in chat.
Yeah, thank you. Then I can use it on the other computer.
Yep.
Yep. So obstacle 3. We'll see if you can make this.
All the help dice plus that. Bring it to that. And
Oh yes, I recall. That's going to be on my Twitter someday.
Mhm.
It's on the morning paper.
Oh yes. The tapper's perspective. Who's going to use that last check, by the way?
I was thinking I could secure my conditions.
Sure.
One of us is gonna take a nap. Because old Blue's tuckered.
I don't think you're going to get the opportunity, old man.
I mean, if you want to take it, you can, because like I said, Ellie's pretty good at surviving on hunger. and
Who has
thirsty, 'cause
who has
she's
the
a
most
scientist.
conditions between the two of you? Let's figure that out.
I only have hungry and thirsty.
Okay.
I'm tired.
Tired. I feel that tired is going to be more difficult to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah, because tired is a health check.
So then you can have it.
Hmm.
Yeah, Pepperjack will just bring her like a little piece of grasshopper leg, whatever you get from there. A little hold me over.
How are you doing on the roll for that cartographer check, by the way?
I got 6 successes.
Oh, you already did. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, mine didn't
I
pop
see.
up for
Wow.
some reason
Oh.
either.
Nice.
Game Master, I already got 6 successes.
Really? Alright.
So you sit down for a while, and you pick a nice place to sort of do this map. And it is relaxing. It is a big confidence booster. You have adventured today, and what better way to set it in stone than putting it on paper for all the other mice to see? You get the plains that you traveled. You get the weasel shack that you investigated, including some of the rabbit burrows that you might have seen as you were flying about, as well as the path from Tapper's Point into the nearby region. That flight really helped you. And by the end of it, you have quite the map to present when you feel ready for it. You just need to wait for the ink to dry. And now we just need that last check. Are you getting rid of your tired, old Blue?
Well, actually, given old Blue's belief that he'll keep fighting until his old bones give out, he will let somebody else try to get rid of the condition first.
Aww.
All right, so I think
Okay, I gotta get up.
you're hungry and thirsty.
Yep.
Let me see. Hungry and thirsty. I feel like you would have to. So it says here. I'm trying to double check recovery to make sure. Yeah, actually, I think you can just go ahead and get rid of it because you are back in Tapper's Point now.
Oh, sweet.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if I was able to help, Pepperjack would cook or something.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
so I guess you still have that check
Okay.
if you want to use it for anything.
Well, shoot. If
I guess
you're-
Pepperjack will cook or something.
Well, no. Since I'm getting
If
rid
you
of
want.
it. No, since I'm getting rid of it, how'd old Blue get rid of his tiredness?
All right.
Yeah, even
yeah.
better.
Old Blue, go ahead and give us a health check.
Yeah.
Health?
Yep, it's just straight health. You can't add anything to it.
Alright, so it's just 4. Womp womp.
No.
Abby, if only you knew. 1 success. Unfortunately, you are still tired. Strangely tuckered out. Oof. You never built a bed in this ship. Sorry. And with that, we have completed your mission. And the player's turn is done. That means we get to go to that blessed corner of rewards. So,
Yay!
let's all gather around and look at our character's belief, goals, and instincts. If you acted on your belief this session, you're going to get a fate point for that. Did everybody do that by chance?
What is my belief?
Yep.
I did. I scouted for them.
Hold
Not
on, I
bad.
gotta look at my
Last
belief.
second there.
Ooh.
Let Abby take the check instead first, unless she.
Yeah, you were ready to do that belief thing, so I think that counts.
I don't think I acted on my belief because I have all possibilities should be explored for the good of all.
You kind of did because you helped the weasel.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
guys
Yeah,
sort of.
So I get
Yeah,
you chipped in for the blueprints.
So I get
Alright.
a fate?
a fate point, and you also get a fate point if you played your instinct today. Who here did that instinct?
Oh, it says
Everyone-
forages in the wilderness to make
No
sure that
victory dance today.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. Do you think that Old Blue reminisced about the old days or complained about?
Oh,
the
he
days?
sure did. He sure did.
Dude, you totally get a persona point or a fate point for that. I don't think I did because my instinct is forages in the wilderness to make sure that there's enough food for everyone.
I don't know if you did not forage.
Yeah, I don't think I did that. Nope. I would
And-
say like the only thing that would be a stretch is that
Mine is.
I foraged with the weasel when I was like showing her herbs and stuff. to,
Not
like,
for
mix up,
food.
but that's what
sadly.
I thought.
Yeah.
So yeah, no.
How about
No.
Amberwind?
Amberwinds was constantly keeping an eye, ear, and nose aware of surroundings for the off chance something is out of place, and he did that with the weasel.
It's true. And from there, we have gotten our fate points. We move on to persona points. Did everybody here accomplish their goal?
Yes.
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 All right. Old Blue, did you did that boy?
Yes, I made a boat.
Good.
Guess I have 10 persona points.
Dang, you guys
Seven.
are loaded. And did anybody here actually play against their belief, like in a dramatic fashion?
Oh, Blue did.
Yeah.
I don't think Old Blue
He played against his belief or his.
is
What was it?
is. I don't think he did.
No,
No,
I didn't.
we're fine.
Good.
So now we get to my favorite part: most valuable player and workhorse. We have these two rewards: one for the most valuable player who sort of made that critical role that helped the gang get to where they needed to go, as well as workhorse, which is sort of like the player who had the right skill at the right time to keep the session going, who sort of like kept the group moving. So who gets the most valuable player, do you think?
I think it would probably end up being Vincent because of the fact that he nailed that massive role.
That carpenter check was
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I
that
went
was
all out.
huge.
I went all out.
That was
I
huge.
noticed.
Vincent was like, I'm not going down without a fight. Yeah, no, I agree.
I was
Wholeheartedly.
determined to show this weasel.
Yeah,
that mice can
wholeheartedly, I
build.
agree.
Well, lovely. So you get MVP. That's a persona point for you. Who gets workhorse? Workhorse is always a little bit difficult.
I think Little Blue was the workhorse this session.
You are banned. My stream is not a pedestal for your victories. The dice may have favored you this day, but I will not.
Oh god, that's funny. I think it should go to Old Blue.
I think it should go to Old.
Yeah, Old
I
Blue.
think so. Yeah.
I feel like we could give it to. Because here's the thing, Vincent, you did a lot of.
It's
carpenter
kind of
checks.
split with like I think Amberwind too, because he's like he without his help it was like no way.
Yeah.
I
He
mean,
came
yeah,
in
helping
new,
dice.
he didn't know any of us,
Well,
and he
here's
just
the
like
thing. Here's
melded
what
right in.
Here's what I'm thinking is Old Blues because honestly, without him, being kinky, we wouldn't even gotten that boat in the first place.
Well, here's the thing. Old Blue also did lore mouse checks, and he didn't even
Yeah.
have lore mouse.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
So I
think
feel
it's
like
him.
yes, I think Amberwind did give you guys really amazing helping dice, Like, I think he helped with every role. Like, he had the perfect set of
He
skills.
did.
For that.
He
But
did
Old
fantastic.
Blue really went out of his way to
Oh yeah.
do skills that he didn't have. So it's sort of like, do we reward the character who did?
I think
The
silly
jack
one.
of all trees trade
Exactly.
versus the person that happened to not have it, but
But
had
took
the
that risk.
coin.
Took that
Flip a
risk.
coin.
I think it should be Old Blue. I'm voting.
I'm voting Jack of all trades personally. Vincent?
You're the deciding factor.
Oh my goodness. I'll have to go with Jack of all trades.
Mhm.
Unfortunately,
Okay,
Abby
choice.
has spoken, and Ida gets it.
What?
I'm sorry.
Why?
Oh well.
No, I think
Yeah.
I think it's fair that we give Amberwind his due, because
Yeah,
gosh
he
darn.
can have one. Yeah, since Old Blue already has one.
But Old Blue, you already got your victory. And that
No,
victory,
did he ever?
that victory is the Embodiment Award, which goes to the players who roleplay so fervently and happily. I'm so proud of all of you getting into
Yay!
the complexities
Is that a persona or
of
fake?
these mice, and that is a persona. Yes, each of you gets.
Oh my
one
god, I
persona.
have so many.
Oh my gosh, I'm waiting for that roll where like Ayami is like obstacle 6. I'll spend 16 persona.
It's gonna happen,
It's gonna
and I'm
happen.
gonna do it, and
I mean,
you know
yeah,
it.
and what's worse is that you guys now are hoarding your persona points, so you're just gonna forget to use them. And
I'm not hoarding them. I'm
Hoarding.
just. My problem is, it's like I don't know when to use them because
I
most
did
of
use
my
them. I did
rolls-
use them today. That's
most
for
of My
sure.
rolls have been.
I
like, they haven't been
needed them
sixes.
today.
Well,
Old Blue is
that's
the unmousiest
So.
mouse.
oh, and that is our session. Gosh darn, we kicked butt. Well, we didn't really kick butt. We sort of
We kicked butt at role playing.
we
Well, Old
peacefully.
Blue might have ended up kicking some butt during the course of his lovemaking.
Old Blue will be kicking some butt when he finds out about Blaze letting those butters.
Oh my gosh.
I love
Oh,
Blaze.
Blaze is the only butt that gets kicked.
I cannot. Okay, seriously though, like I cannot.
Yeah,
I
let's
cannot deal with that voice.
let's talk about the session. Let's talk about Amberwind, your debut, and talk about Mouse Guard in general. What do you guys think of the system? What do you think of the game? Am I doing everything correctly?
Yes, yes, and all yes, all the yes.
I'm loving it.
Yes
All the
to
yes.
everything and all the things. I love this system, and I'll say it time and time again, but I love the fact that it's more focused on the role playing more so, and it makes you think. Like in D&D, D&D 5e, you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. It's like, oh, okay, roll for it. Here's your result. So and because of your result, this happens. Whereas like in this one, you have to be like. Like, well, how are you gonna do that? Oh, okay, or what trait can you use for that? Oh, okay, it's like, go ahead and use that, and like, oh, that would totally work, or no, that
You
wouldn't.
can sort of
because
like
it's never
bring
relevant.
the concept of your character to the roles, like
Oh, yeah.
because
Yeah.
he's so fearless, he can
Yeah,
doodle this map like a badass, I guess.
yeah, or like she's
I
so
win.
hungry, like
Okay,
Ellie's
I'm
so
so
hungry
sorry.
and so hungry and thirsty, that's like she's just wired and she's like whipping out blueprints left and right.
And sometimes it sort of highlights the triumph of the character. He's so tired, and yet, damn, that ship is sailing.
That boat though.
Always
That
gonna
boat.
come back to the boat.
All about that boat.
Because he's all about that boat.
We already broke it in.
Yeah, this is sort of like
Keep
this.
coming.
No, I'm putting on the brakes. I'm dropping the anchor.
Yes! All the puns!
Amberwind, what do you think of the system? Is this your first time playing it?
This is my first time playing it. I've been able to watch you through Exploding Dice's 2 games, and then I watched you earlier this week running that 1 game. So I just kept coming back each time you were doing Mouse Guard, and I also watched Bubbernut's stream, where
Oh,
he
man.
ended up running it.
I'm really proud of Bubbernut's group. It was very impressive.
So I've ended up being able to witness several different times and different ways that other people did their characters. And then I was like, well, okay, if you have a character that's able to do different things and be able to fit in with the party, it'll end up being able to help in all these different ways.
Like, I think you have one of the best skill sets I've seen in most characters. You have all the right skills for all the right roles, except you're not rolling. You're just saying,
I'll help.
You want my
I'm
helping
doing
dice?
this.
Do you want that dice?
He has all the perfect helping skills.
I mean, it's great. I'm a big fan, but that's sort of what this campaign is for. We want to sort of showcase what we love about Mouse Guard, in case you've never seen it played, in case you've never heard of this game, and we want to give you the opportunity to play it. And if you want to play it, you can join the immense roster of characters that are in this campaign. Not only that, I'd like to just go ahead and say, if you're here, go ahead and join the giveaway. We would love to have you get into the raffle to get this lovely one-night werewolf. And not only that, come by Friday. I'm tentatively saying yes Friday because I'm still missing a player slot for that. I might have it, but we'll see. For Out of the Abyss, no party
Discord.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Even if not, we'll definitely do something to get it on track. But also we have a homebrew D&D campaign, Festival of Colors, that is ramping up. If you love monsters that don't get a lot of views or highlights out of the monster manual,
Yeah.
You might find some fans in the Slatty.
If you don't get tired of my face or Vincent's face, we're on that too. So.
Yep. These two are doing good luck next session.
Don't tell me that!
We need all the help we get.
Don't tell me that, man!
Ooh. Anyway, we also have again, Mouse Guard campaigns, Tuesday, Thursdays, and again, I have to send my thanks out to Gibbs, and my big thanks out to Tunarth for your donations during these Mouse Guard campaigns. They literally make my life special. I'm very happy for all the follows I've gotten. I'm very happy for all of the kind words I've gotten, but most of all, I am dumb. I'm speechless and awestruck at the generosity that the two of you have shown. And not only that, but lots of other things that people do for me that, gosh, you make this channel worth it, and you make my life just all the better. Thank you so much.
I think I speak for everyone when I say this. We want to thank you too, for running this game, but not only for that, but for running all of these games. Because, coming, me from a streamer standpoint, I understand, the stress that it does to set all this up and get all the players in at a certain time and to get all this working properly. I understand. It's so stressful.
And you know what's worse?
You do this
What's worse is when Tunarth, every time he tries to show his appreciation, just
crashes the stream.
Yeah, like a golden meteor from the heavens. It comes instead of landing beside my house, it goes straight through.
Because I know that, for me, seeing through streams and everything else have been able to completely cheer me up, especially since last week my grandmother had died, and then this last week was her funeral. So I ended up having that. The funeral was literally right between two of the games by 4.
Sorry.
So I was able to go and focus on that. And the stream just went.
Gibbs! You destroyed the stream!
Gibbs.
No! Gibbs cheered 500.
Yeah.
Gibbs, I love you. Gibbs, okay, once we're back, I'm gonna bring up a good point. I hope we're okay. So
we're back.
You brought up a really good point, Fallen. I feel like the community we're building is really just positive, and I feel like we want to make each other happy when it comes down to it. And I hope watching me and playing finally, we all go through tough stuff, and this is sort of what I want the channel to be for all of you. I want it to be a place of utter joy, and if something really like losing a loved one, which we've had some of our members, it's part of life, I hope I can evoke that in game, not tragically, but in an uplifting fashion. And not that that's a forewarning, but I want to use these games to really bring you guys up. And not only that, I want to tell a story that will bring you up. And gosh darn it, we've got both of those coming up.
Yeah, no, like I said, from the bottom, I speak for everyone and say, we want to say thank you to,
Definitely.
because
Thank you so much.
I've gone through some crap, in the last couple of weeks. I mean, my car caught on fire.
And you're missing the arm thing.
For those of you who don't know, I almost got ran over the other night, and
we like to joke that she spent 11% of points to just like stop the car, like BAM, Captain America style.
I was Superman when I stopped it. But yeah, this past month has been ungodly stressful for me. Between that happening, my car catching up, like it's been so horrible. And just like these streams, like it gives me something to look forward to, and it helps alleviate all that stress. And I couldn't ask for a better stream and a better DM and a better streamer than you for to cheer me up in that aspect. Well, thank you.
Definitely. Thank you so much for letting us play in your sandbox.
Yes, definitely awesome. Because I
thank
know
you
that...
for building castles in my sandbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, seriously. Like, as someone who doesn't have a camera and has been wanting to get onto a stream for ages, thank you.
You don't have a camera?
No, I do not have a camera.
I never
You're
noticed.
not-
Holy
I
crap.
never noticed.
I didn't either. Oh my god.
Old Blue.
I know, it's like, wow.
I thought that voice
Wow.
actually was coming from that image.
Yeah,
yeah,
I thought
that's
so
just
too.
me.
Oh
Well-
my god, my mind has been blown.
With our minds blown and my bladder very full, we will call it a night. I hope all of you are loved, and if I can, I love you. And I hope, you get floofy and feel floofy.
Get floofy.
Best
Stay
of luck.
floofy.
All the
Stay
floofy.
floofy.
Stay
all the
floofy.
floof.
That should be your tagline.
Oh my gosh, should we raid
Stay
someone?
floofy.
Let's try to raid someone just to be safe.
You should totally make that your tagline.
But stay floofy.
Yes.
Ooh, Possum Posse,
Yes.
stay floofy.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what we'll do.
Raid,
Let's go
raid,
ahead and
raid,
find
raid.
a fun raid. Burpee. I think,
Raid.
let's do this.
Oh boy.
How re-roll with a re for the re-roll. Oh my god, I have to reward that pun. Let me go ahead and get this set for you guys. And we're gonna show them some love, because gosh darn it,
I hope
I
I spelled
appreciate
that
that.
right.
be quiet. Let me see. The raid command. How
I am quiet.
re-roll raid.
Get floofy with it.
Get floofy with it.
I love it. Oh, God,
Man,
love
I
it.
wish I could do. I wish I could do Blaze's voice in a raid, but I can't.
No,
I'll
you have
re-roll.
to do it.
Okay, I think I got it. All right, so make sure you
Oh,
get
my
that
computer's
cheese in
being
there,
very-
and you tell them that that you've come from the forefront and that we love them and all that stuff. Oh man, let's do it. All right, so I'm gonna call it a night. Wish you guys the best, and gosh darn it, be fun and awesome. Best of luck, guys. Okay.
Oh, let me copy it.